Well, hey YouTube, how's it going? Got something special for you today. How about a 2015 FLHTP? If you're not familiar with this, the P is for police model. So right down here it says 103 high output police. It's a used bike, a Hunter's Harley Moon Davidson in Lafayette, Indiana. Has 13,000 miles on it. It's a stunning blue flake. Hopefully you can see this paint job. It's gorgeous. I know I need a new GoPro. It has better quality to it, but hey, what are you gonna do? I believe this is the electric glide, excuse me. This is an electric glide model, and you guys might know better than me. To me, it looks like a street glide. So I don't know too much of the difference. But we're going to take it out for a test ride. How about that? Got my boy Charles right here from Hunter Harley Moon. Gonna hook me up. I'll see you in a minute. Alright. Oh yeah, it's a little heavier than I'm used to. Electric glide. So this has several buttons that I don't quite know what they do. I believe these were for the sirens. And they modified it to go with the radio. The radio is a Kenwood N-dash, and it's got some magnets for this little plate that hold it on, which is kind of cool. It's got your typical, what I would consider, street glide cluster. It's got a fuel gauge, miles per hour, RPM, voltage. Turn it into the on position. It's got 12,000 miles, like I said. This was pretty high for 2015, but it was rode every day. Remember, this was a police model. Goes through, let's see, get this puppy turned on. Normally there's a switch. Oh, there it is. The switch to change the trip and stuff is on top. So you got trip A, trip B, miles remaining on the fuel, time, and odometer. Looks like there's a gear indicator right here for us. It's got ABS. So dual discs in the front. Has a toe heel shifter, which I'm not a fan of, but those can always be removed. Let's take it out and see what we can do. Now, I've never ridden a street glide or anything higher than my Fat Bob, so this will be kind of new for me, which is why I'm not too certain what the difference is from an electric glide to a street bob to an ultra classic. That's not the kind of bike that I ride. Stance on this is pretty good. Get my visor down for us. Probably about the same tallness as my Fat Bob. But the seat is wider, so when I sit on it, it pushes my legs out a little more when I'm standing up. Not a big deal. Yeah, first thing that I would do if I bought this bike is remove that heel shifter and just use the toe for everything. That's just me. Everybody's different. Clutch feels nice. I don't believe this is the balanced motor. It's got about the same shake in the handlebars and the mirrors as what I'm used to. Turning on this is very good though. I would have thought for a heavier bike I would have had to push it around a little harder, but this turns it's more flickable than my Fat Bob, believe it or not. Handlebars are in a good position. I was talking to one of the parts associates, and he was telling me that the police models have a different handlebar than the regular electric glides because they have to be more uniform for different people as far as their size, their tallness, how heavy they are. So one of the first things that he does is swap his bars out for police handlebars because they're more comfortable. I can see that. Got quite a bit of good power, about the same as my Fat Bob. I believe this have stock pipes on them, which would be the first thing that I would take off if I were to buy a bike like this. Doesn't sound too terrible though. I love the way this thing turns. Oh man. It turns beautifully. Plenty of back pressure. I think I would like this type of bike to hear the radio other than my Sena helmet. The Sena is okay for Bluetooth, but that does not sound the same as some big old speakers pointing at you. For copyright purposes, I will not have the radio on. Don't need my YouTube channel getting blocked by YouTube. I believe this has a hydraulic clutch on it, but it seems a little different than the last bikes that I've ridden with hydraulic clutches. On the other bikes, I've not really cared a whole lot for them, but this doesn't have that on or off feeling that the other bikes did. Not sure if there's a difference because it's an electric glide or not. Ride quality is very nice. Like I said, this is my first time on a touring version of Harley, and I know they're very popular in the motorcycle community. Even, you know, Indian has their chieftains and whatnots. But I can almost understand now why there's a demand for this bigger, heavier bike with the fairing on it. The winds is virtually non-existent. I have a little bit of, the wind's coming right up to the top of my helmet. This fairing's just taking it all away. I think if it had the Batwing windshield to it, it would just make it even more non-wind, if you want to call it that. Back pressure is great. Having good engine braking on it. Brakes are good on the cells. The back brake for just a single brake is very nice. Of course, the front's going to be good with those two calipers up there. I'm able to flat foot this bike, but it's pretty limited. It's a little taller than what I'm used to, and then with that, like I said, it's a little wider than I'm used to too, so it's pushing my legs out. Plenty of power. I don't think anybody would have a problem getting up to speed on the highway on this. It's very comfortable. I don't think this is the factory seat. I'm not too certain about that. It's quite plush, but it's taking the bumps like a champ. I'm sure it has a better suspension than what my Dyna does, you know. But oh yeah, engine braking is real nice. But I can tell that the tires are soaking up quite a bit more too. Ride quality is just second to none on this as far as what I'm used to. You know, you have to remember, I came from a Sportster and then to a Dyna, and this is far superior than my Dyna. Although I can't complain about the Dyna. My Fat Bob, or Betty as you might know her, you know, is awesome. I can't describe enough how I love my Betty, but the ride quality on this is superior. But it has to be expected. You're jumping up in price range quite a bit. A lot heavier bike, a lot thicker tire. The sitting position is really nice. I don't feel the air filter like I do on my Dyna. My legs are wrapping around the tank in a nice comfortable position. I'm not pushed up against it, but you know, it just feels good. I could ride like this for several hours, I believe, and not have any issues at all. This is really nice with that fairing. I've never ridden a bike with a fairing before. Just the lack of wind is just amazing. I attempted to make this video yesterday, and the wind filter doohickey thing on my mic had fallen off somewhere, and it just sounded like complete garbage. The wind was terrible. So I came back today. My bike is going in the shop for something else, and I wanted to redo this video for you guys. So technically this is my second time on a bike with this fairing, but for production purposes it's my first. We'll take a little turn here. Not too familiar with this road, so told them I'd only have her out for 10 or 15 minutes, so find a place to turn around. Oh yeah, plenty of power. Power would not be an issue with this bike. I could really ride this bike for quite a lengthy time, and I don't think I would have any discomfort and pain. I like my handlebars a little higher than they are, but they are very comfortable. Get somewhere to turn around and we'll pull over and get a nice view of the bike. I'm not super confident on this large of a bike, so I'm going to pick my U-turn radius wisely here. Oh yeah, she's a heavy one. You are heavy. Much more than I'm used to. I gotta say, once you get going, that weight just disappears. Harley does a very good job with balancing their bikes. I can't speak for Indian because I've not really ridden very many of those, but Harley themselves, once you get going, that weight just completely goes away. Even though this is a hydraulic clutch, for me, being used to the Dyna, I have quite a bit of resistance in the pull. It's a lot harder to keep in. I think in some stop and go traffic, my fingers would start cramping up on me. I don't quite remember where that turn was. I think that was it. I'll find my way back to Harley. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was my turn. That's alright. We'll go this way and see where it takes me. bridge. Oh yeah, those bumps, the construction bumps, didn't even feel them. I knew they were there and that was about it. I really am starting to understand this whole concept of a touring bike now. They're extremely popular. Monitor. I didn't know there was a little town down here. Alright, I need to find a place to turn around where they think I stole their bike. There we go. There's a good spot. Yeah, turning radius is pretty good on this. Freaking gravel. Okay. Try not to get myself hit coming out of here. Accelerates very nice. You know, when I hear the word touring bike or street glide or ultra classic, the first thing I think of, and this may offend some people, but that's just, you know, it's my concept, is, you know, old man bike. Someone who's not caring a whole lot for speed and just traveling the country, you know, a state-to-state bike. And now experiencing this for the first time, I understand what the whole deal is. This isn't an old man's bike. You know, I am 41 and I could, you know, highly see myself on a bike like this. I don't know if this would be a country cruiser for me. It's awful heavy. You know, when I'm turning, especially going at low speeds or sitting still, turn, I definitely know the weight is there. It's much more than what I'm used to. But it's not overwhelming. You know, it's just something to get used to. But like I said, once you're moving, even 5 miles an hour, and that weight just drops. Let's get up here and find a place that we can pull over and get a good view of the bike and see what's going on with her. It's a beautiful day. Supposed to hit 80 degrees today. I appreciate Hunter's Moon in Lafayette letting me take out the bike. I just dropped off mine, like I said, and wanted to write something else for get some YouTube content for you guys. It's been a while since I've done a test ride. Although it's not a brand new bike, it's still something. Like I said, this is a 2015 FLHTP electric glide. Here's a good spot to pull over. Brakes are really good. See how easy it is to find neutral with a heel shifter. Well, I'll use the front one because it's probably easier. Yeah. Okay. Look at this beauty. Yeah, that's not a balanced engine. It shakes way too much. Looks like they put on the air deflector. That's an aftermarket product. Yeah, these are definitely stock pipes. Like I said, they're a little quiet for me, but everybody has their own taste. I think it's cool just where it says police there. That's kind of neat. Passenger floorboards. Looks like all this is stock. Crash bar. Crash bar for the luggage bags too. Has the hard locking luggage bags. This might be a stock seat. I don't know. I can't tell. You guys might know more than I do. I don't know a lot about this lineup of Harley. Daymaker in the front with the halogen bulbs for the sides. Man, I love this color. It's like a dark teal, best I can describe it. But it has that metal flake in there. It's gorgeous. Okay, well, I need to start heading my way back. I told them 10 to 15 minutes. I think I'm past that already. That's alright, they know me. It's a good thing about having a good relationship with the motorcycle dealer that you trust, that they trust you too. If I go above the 10 or 15 minute mark, they're not going to freak out on me. You know, I think I'm going to ride a street glide next, so look for that next video so I can maybe do a quick comparison of the electric glide versus a street glide. See if I can find a similar year of used bikes, so I'm not comparing the Milwaukee 8 to the 103. Now I'm interested in what the difference would feel like, if there is one at all. Shifting on this is really good. It's butter smooth. I don't have to press down or, well, I guess there's no pushing up since it's a teal host. I have a hardest time saying that. Toe heel shifter. But when I press down on either the front or the back, there's like zero effort. Of course, with 12,000 miles, you would hope it'd be broken in by now. I'm sure it's maybe a little different when you first get it. I don't know if you can hear my phone ringing. It's in my pocket. Sorry who's ever calling me. I can't get the phone right now. Yeah, there's a lot of vibration. This has more vibration in the handlebars than my Fat Bob, and it has the same engine. The 103, high output. Wonder why that is. Come on over. Don't need you cutting me off. I'm thinking maybe the vibration is more relevant because it has a much more miles and the riser bushings are probably worn out. Harley uses rubber riser bushings instead of the polyurethane. I bet if we change these out to polyurethane bushings, most of that vibration would go away. So again, what's my take on this bike? I like it. I believe that if I were to upgrade to a touring class model of Harley, you know, this would definitely be a contender for me. You know, I'd have to get used to the heavy weight, the heavier weight compared to my Dyna. I think that's just a learning curve. You know, I'm able to flat foot pretty good. I love the comfort of this bike. I like the way that my legs fit around the tank. I like the turning of the bike. The flickability is very surprising. I did not expect the slightest movement in the handlebar to be able to turn. That caught me off guard. I was very surprised by that. I figured this heavy bike would be just a bear to turn, and you know, I'd have to put some weight into it. Nope, It turns better than my Sportster or my Dyna does. Maybe because the weight is up front, you know, it's pushing it for me. I don't know, but you know, this is nothing. It turns much better than my Dyna does. The cluster's real nice, being right in front of you. I could definitely recommend this bike. You know, even to a 30-year-old. You know, it's got plenty of power. Yeah, you would have no problems on the interstate or highway with this. The current handlebar position you could ride for, you know, all day, and I don't believe you would have any strain at all. You don't have to give it much throttle to move. Like with all factory pipes, they've got to go. That's just my personal preference because I like to be loud. It makes me happy, and I'm a believer that the loud pipes, you know, they may not save every life out there, but if there's that one instance where having a loud pipe helps someone not move over in your lane because they heard you and you were in their blind spot, then it's worth, you know, the money of putting them on. Because it only needs one time to save your life to not die. That's just the reality of motorcycling. Motorcycling is a dangerous hobby or sport, and you need to be aware of that. And my phone's going off again. I bet that's my wife. Hold on, sweetheart. I'm in the middle of a ride. Alright. Well, that's my personal take on a 2015 Electroglide police model. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.